Today in the Joy of Editing, we're continuing our journey into Nik Color Efex. We're looking at all the filters in Nik Color Efex. Today it's Photo Stylizer. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Today we're continuing our journey through Nik Color Efex and we're taking a look at the Photo Stylizer filter. This one is all about giving your photo a cohesive, stylized color grade. It can shift the overall mood, unify the color palette, and add the cinematic finished look without having to do a full color grading workflow. And I've got a few different examples so you can see how it behaves on different types of images. All right, everyone, today's the day. I'm kicking off a Nik Collection 8 giveaway. To enter, all you have to do is leave one comment on this video. In your comment, tell me how you would use Nik Collection 8 in your photo editing. And feel free to mention what you like to edit most, like landscapes, portraits, wildlife, or anything else. And if you want to leave a question or a regular comment too, that's totally fine. Just include your giveaway entry info in that same one comment so it counts. Good luck, everyone. And here's a quick heads up. If you're thinking about Nik Collection 8 or any DxO software, you can grab 15% off new purchases with my code Dave Kelly. Links are in the description and you can try any app free first. If you use my links, I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thanks for supporting the channel. And now let's jump right into Photo Stylizer. Now I already have Nik Color Efex opened up and I have Photo Stylizer added to my filter stack. You'll find it over on the left-hand side of the interface. I have all Nik checked on. And then just look for Photo Stylizer. These filters are in alphabetical order, or you could come up to search and type in Photo Stylizer and you can find it really quick. But here it is over here. I have the filter shut off. If you want to add a cinematic color grade to your image, you could do it quickly and easily right here with the Photo Stylizer filter. Let me go ahead and turn it on by clicking right here, the checkbox. And already you can see the change in the image and it looks really cool. Now, you'll notice we have Stylizer type. And if you click this, this is a drop-down menu. We have different types in here, okay? And under that, we have style. And this is another drop-down. If you click it, we have all these different styles in here that we can try. And then under that, we have strength, so you can increase the strength of the filter or decrease it. And you can also protect shadows and protect highlights if needed. And you have an opacity. And then you also have local adjustments that you could use in conjunction with it. Now, let me show you something interesting. Right now, I'm on Stylizer type Veritone, and we have all the different adjustments here. If I click the drop-down for Stylizer type and click on Cool Ice, you'll notice we have a change here. We still have style with different drop-downs, but we also have a brightness adjustment, so that's different when you're using Cool Ice. So things change sometimes when you use a different Stylizer type. And then if we go to Cool Silver, just like Veritone, we have a style and a strength slider. But now when we come to Copper, we have a strength slider. We don't have any different types, but we do have a warmth slider and a strength slider. So that's a little bit different. And then when we come to Russet, it's pretty much the same as Veritone. We have different styles and a strength slider. So let's go back to Veritone. Let's find a color grade for this image. Let's start with Veritone. I'll click the drop down. Right now we're on style 1. Let's try 2, 3, 4. Let me know when I hit one you like. Here's 5. Here's 6. So far, I really like 6. Here's 7. Okay, so remember that 6 in Veritone. Now let's go to Cool Ice. See if we like one in here. This is style 1. Again, we have a brightness slider here. So here I'd probably want to pull the brightness back and then maybe protect the highlights a little bit. But you know what? I'm not really into that one. Let's try 2, 3. For this image, I don't like it. So I'm going to reset my highlights. Now let's go to Cool Silver. Let me give it a little more strength. There's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Some of these are okay. Now let's go to Copper. Now I find with Copper, the opacity is your best friend here. So let's take the opacity and pull it back. So I'll take it the whole way off. And now let's build it up slowly. See if I build it up slowly, I can get a look I really like in here. And then we can adjust the strength, maybe a little bit more. We could warm it up or take the warmness off a little bit. I think I like it a little warmer. So that one's not bad. Now let's try russet. Let me take the opacity the whole way back up. And that's style 1. Here's style 2, 3, 4. These are kind of interesting, but I think I'm going to go back to Veritone. I'll click the style drop down and I want to go down to 6. I really like 6. So let's click on 6. Do we want to give it more strength? Yeah, maybe a little more strength. Let's protect the highlights a little bit. I'll drag this to the right. Maybe over to right about here. I don't want to go too much because we have a lot of nice light happening in here. And let's see, do we want to protect the shadows? See how the shadows tend to lighten up a little bit? Maybe just a little bit of shadow protection right there. Now let me shut this off. Here's before, here's after. Let's click on the split screen and there's before and here's after. So pretty cool. That is a really nice cinematic color grade. Now let's move on to a different example. This is a pretty cool image. Let's try it out on here. I think a color grade would look really cool. Okay, so let's turn on Photo Stylizer. I'll click right here. And this is Veritone. Let's go through some of the different styles. Let me know if you like one here. A lot of good ones in here. Let's go over to Cool Ice. Maybe pull back on the brightness. And there's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Not a big fan there. Now let's try Cool Silver. Style 1, 2, and 3, not bad. Now let's try copper. Pull back on the opacity just to see if we like it. That one's not bad. Now let's try russet. Okay, here's style 1, here's style 2, 3, 4. I think I'll try style 2. Let's see if we can make this look better. Let me pull back on the strength. And I think I'll take it back to like right about there. Let's protect the shadows a bit. I'll take the shadow slider to the right over to maybe right there. And now let's protect the highlights just a wee bit. Take it over to right there. Now let's shut this off. Here's before, here's after. Again, before and after. I like it. It gives me a nice little sepia look in the background. A nice stylized image. Now, let's move on to another one. This will be my last example. Let's try it out on here. Let's run through the different ones in Veritone. This is style 1, 2, 3. I like that one. 4, 5, 6. A lot of good ones here under Veritone. There's 7. Now let's try Cool Ice. Again, the brightness is way too bright. And here I think you'll find if you'll take the opacity back too, I think you're going to get a better result. So that's another tip for Cool Ice. Pull back on that opacity. See that? Let's try that. There's style 1, style 2, and style 3. Yeah, much more usable when you pull back on the opacity and pull back on the brightness a bit. Let me go ahead and pull the opacity back up and let's go to Cool Silver. There's style 1. Here's style 2, 3. I like all these too. And now let's click the drop down, go to copper. I think I like copper. I'm going to come back here in a sec. Let's go to russet and look at russet real quick. There's style 1. Here's style 2. These are nice, 3 and 4. I'm going to go back to copper because that is the one I finally ended up with. So let's go to copper. Now here, I do want to take back the opacity first. So let's take the opacity back and I'll take it back to right there, 45%. And now let's go up to the strength. So I'm going to pull the strength back, maybe just a little bit, right around here, right around 50%. And now let's try the warmth. We can warm it up more or cool it down a bit. I do like the warmth. I'll take it up to, I think, right about there. Now, let's see if protecting the shadows helps. I think so. A little bit of shadow protection, maybe right about here. And now let's go to highlights. So let's protect those highlights a bit. And I'll take this over to right about there. Now let me shut off Photo Stylizer. Here's before, here's after. I really like this one. So if you want to add some cinematic color grading to your images, Photo Stylizer is a quick and easy way of finding a look for your image. I highly recommend that you try it out. Well, there it is, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's look at the Photo Stylizer filter in Nik Color Efex. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell and set it to all so you don't miss the next tutorial. And just a quick reminder, my Nik Collection 8 giveaway is live, so be sure to leave one comment entry on this video. The giveaway closes next Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. I'll announce the winner in next week's Wednesday video. Thanks so much for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.